54 minutes, nobody died today. Go figure. We now have 150 regular guards, but that also means cash flow is terrible. Let me see what the exports were today. Maybe it's okay. Exports need to be good every single day. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to make more forestry. Okay, they were okay. Cash flow was okay. I'm going to make more forestry out here in hopes that that helps us get even more exports if we can. Forestry here. Let's make this. Let's make this a forestry too. It's going to cost me money up front, but let's make this a forestry too. We'll also demolish this fence so that people can move back and forth between here. No, not that. Let's instead put a staff door here. Yeah, we'll put a staff door here instead. Like the rest of the places did. Right here is fine. And maybe right here too. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so staff doors, we'll let them access this new forestry area. We'll get gardeners, hopefully. They're not dead. We have 9 of them. $85 a day they cost. My God. It's gardeners that plant, right? Yeah, the gardeners are the ones planting trees. The workmen are the ones cutting them down. I need more trees planted. Let's get a couple more gardeners in. Yep. Still have to pick up these dead bodies. We don't have any guards available. Let's get a couple more in the prison, I guess. Maybe we can have some different tasks for you to do. What in the world are you doing? Feed prisoner. Where are you going? You feeding people and... Those tasks were so behind. Like, the tasks on the to-do list were so behind that you didn't get the food delivered until well after they were out of solitary already. Okay, then. You can have your punishment ended. Bring him to cell, please. We got tasers going off, which is a good thing. I need guards with tasers. How are we doing on that? Can we move the program up? Let's reschedule. Don't you need foundation education for male? Maybe all your smart prisoners are dead. Well, then they wouldn't be staffed there. They wouldn't be staffed here if they were stupid. You know? The game wouldn't allow them to work here if they didn't have qualifications. They are starting to sort mail a bit now, though. I just had to get rid of the bugged bags, so now they're starting to get them in. We still have a lot of undelivered mail here, though. There's just so much mail to sort right now. It's just getting backed up. Everything is so inefficient. Let's take the rooms. Mail room. Extend the mail room to here. And then tell me, can I have more working here now? I can. 2 more in here now. 2 more in the mail room. Let's get this stuff done. Instead, we'll have more sorting desks as well, so that they can do more work on this. Let's get more work done on this. Because that's their family need. Their family need is huge. If you don't treat their family need, they just get really pissed. Okay, let's take a look really quick. Needs. Food needs should be dropping pretty good. We should be feeding more than 90% of our prisoners. We should be, anyway. Feeding more than 90%. And it looks like we're feeding about 90%. That's not bad. This need needs to be taken care of now. So the family stuff happens when they're in their cell for lockup, but this stuff right here should get taken care of starting right about now. I better see these go up a lot. I better see these go up way up. That's what I need to see. Programs are all canceled. So no parole hearings, no close contacts. It's gonna hit our income a bit, but for the most part, as long as they're allowed to work, We don't have any debt, so the fact that I have $863 left in the bank doesn't matter as much anymore, because we don't have a loan payment. So let's just keep the exports offsetting the staff meals. But I can't expand. If I can't accumulate money, I can't expand. So those guards are slower than the Swedish post office. I take it Swedish post office is quite slow. Look at all these staff. I would love to not have to pay all this kitchen staff. That would be really good if I didn't have to pay this many kitchen staff. I feel like I'm overstaffing the kitchens. Not this one, but this one up here is way overstaffed. There's just way too many people standing around doing nothing, you know? I shouldn't need this many cooks. There's no reason for this many cooks. Other than the fact that if I don't have this many cooks, prisoners don't eat, you know? Okay, we got too many people standing around here too, so let's get some of these presses and stuff that we have back in storage. And the carpenter's table can go here, and the workshop saw can go here. These are all in storage. I'm not spending money. They're all in storage. So let's get that done. Get an extra carpenter's table up. Hopefully we can get exports kicking ass. I would like that. I can clear chat for you when it calls for it. I mean, I appreciate it. I will do whatever chat says, unless it's gonna be detrimental to the prison. If it's going to beat the prison, if it's going to, like staff morale is 41%. So the all hands command is just a no. I just won't do it. Flat out won't do it. I think staff morale I will not do all hands unless staff morale is above 70%. I think that's probably a pretty good percentage for that one. So when staff morale goes up to 70%, then no, fine. What I'm curious of, and I really wish, there's a couple of mechanics I think that are too strong in Prison Architect. Two things are too strong in this game. One is the number of staff that have died on duty. There should be a period of time for that, and it should be a long period of time. Don't get me wrong, it should be a long period of time, but it should not be an everlasting thing. The fact that this guy died 10 years ago should not deter any new recruits from wanting to work there. It's been too long, right? It's too, it's just too crazy. But it should certainly be a long time, but it shouldn't be that strong. The other thing, and since I have more guards now, let me just make sure, double check and see where we are on staff. We should have tons of guards in this area now. We should have tons of guards in this area now. I'm gonna take even more in here. Like this should be a big thing in these areas right now. There should be a ton of guards in here. With tasers, which not all of them have tasers. That's the other thing. As they kill guards, the guards I'm replacing them with are not as good. So it just keeps costing me the same amount of money. Costs me the same every day for a guard that has a taser versus a guard that does not have a taser. It's a one-time cost to give them that taser, and it is very expensive. But as long as he stays alive, he's more effective as a guard. And he's costing me the same amount of money. So you don't need as many guards if your guards have tasers. Mine, for the last 2 streams, only like half my staff have tasers. Because I can't afford to pay them. I can't afford to pay for the tasers. Now, I've had taser certification going for a little bit of time now. No, I didn't, because you canceled the program, so I haven't had it. But once I get it back, I'll get it back. That would be nice, to get taser certification back. Snowballs tremendously. Exactly. You cannot see a cooldown. There's no way for you to pull up information on a cooldown. So the only way you'll know a cooldown is if you try to use it. The bot will tell you that it's on cooldown. I'm gonna see if I can sack a couple cooks. Just a couple. Like 5. Maybe 6. A few cooks. Save me just a little bit of cash. Each one of these cooks is costing me, what? $170 a day. They're costing me the same as the guards. I pay the cooks the same amount of money as I pay the guards? What? They cost the exact same for a cook as it does for a guard? Oh my god. They cost about as much as, they cost almost as much as a doctor. The snipers are $8.50 a day. The snipers are $8.50 a day. Wowzers. How many snipers do we have standing around? I wonder. I have 13 hired, and there's nobody on these towers, so I don't think we have too many snipers. I just feel like we have too many people sitting around doing nothing. But, I mean, that's the way the staff needs is. You have to treat your staff that way. They can't go home and have the break, so the staff don't have a home outside the prison. That's insane, though. There's some gourmet cooking there. I guess, man, 170 a day for each of these. They cost the same as the guards. I mean, granted, I feel like $170 a day is low for a guard salary, but still. Like, I feel like a prison guard should make more than that, but still. I didn't do my shakedown. We'll have to do it tomorrow. We'll have to do it tonight. And hopefully they don't kick off tonight. Because I didn't do my shakedown. What you need is a riot to keep your staff on their feet. No. 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 I think I'd actually like my staff to stay on their ass. And just not have to be on their feet. I think it'd be better if the staff didn't have to be on their feet. That would probably be ideal. I can't even afford this table. I can't even buy a table. I can buy a table now, though. Do I need a table? Maybe not. I probably don't need the table. Yeah, there you go. Let's just clog this. Let's just clog the walkway. It's great. Escort prisoner to cell. Escort prisoner to cell. Escort prisoner to cell. Yeah, that's never happening. What do you want, Mayor? You gotta be kidding me, dude. How many times are you gonna do this to me? You do this every stream. You do this every stream. You send me a whole bunch of prisoners for free without cost. Like, I don't get any money for the intake on them. You send me a ton of people to take care of every stream. It's ridiculous. How many, like, your other prisons must be so incompetent to have this many prisoners. Have to be transferred from a nearby facility. How many of them have to be transferred? I'm sorry, how many have to be transferred? It's like another 40 prisoners? Jesus, like, I can't keep the prisoner count lower because the mayor's like, no, I refuse. It must be as big, as dangerous as possible, please. Okay, let's see. Anybody to worry about. Got one protective custody, that's it. It's already tagged because the camera knows. It's already tagged. We got a drill in this cell. And I don't want him to have that drill. We're gonna search that cell block. And we're gonna deactivate you guys because you're suspicious now. So there's two mechanics that are too strong in the game. One is the staff deaths as they pertain to staff needs and staff morale. Too strong. They linger too long. I like their strength. I just don't like their longevity. This should go away. It should be like 145 staff deaths are affecting morale, and then after, I don't know, like maybe 30 in-game days, 40 in-game days, they drop off and they don't affect it anymore. Like a long period of time, but they should still reduce. Because otherwise, what's the point of this? What's the point of this button? Pay cut 10%. What's the point of that button? There's no instance where staff are going to go along with that. You're always going to have to raise it, right? It's not realistic. The other thing, it's way too strong, and I think everybody knows this. I think everyone can agree on how strong this is, and that's gang leaders. And the fact that their entire gang basically riots as soon as they're getting punished for anything. If your gang leader kills somebody in the prison, expect a damn punishment. But you can't punish the gang leaders. It destroys. Wow, that tunnel. I can't afford to take out that tunnel. I can't afford to remove that tunnel. I'm right back where I was before. I cannot maintain money. Like, needs are not Riot territory. I think we could agree this is not Riot territory right here. Their needs are fine. Another thing I think should happen in this game, one other thing it needs, is we need the ability. I know it would cost money. I understand it would cost more money, but we need the ability for staff to manage stores, like shops. Because the luxuries need is really hard to fill when you do a work free time slot. Because you have to have people working in that shop. But as long as they're working there, they can't buy things for themselves. And it's the same people working there all the time. There needs to be a way for that to happen. Right now, the only solution to that is to have multiple different security levels and have one security level work there while the other one shops there, which is not realistic. It's just not. You can't do that. There should be a way for people who work in that shop to buy things from that shop, and they can't do it. So the luxuries need always has a need for it, because especially if you're in a prison like mine where the entire thing is maximum security, they can't work there. You can't have multiple security levels for that because it doesn't work that way. It had to be shared at that point, which isn't necessarily realistic because you don't want this whole thing shared. You don't want them. You have to segregate them. So how do you segregate a zone while also remaining shared so that the different security levels can get to the shop? You know, the normal security can work there while maximum shops, and then max can work there while normal shops. You can't do that. It doesn't let you. Let's get rid of the tunnels. We're going to do a shakedown tonight, for sure. We have a little bit of cash. We're starting to get exports a little bit more today. Exports were nice. I would love to have a longer work period. I really want a longer work period here. But if I don't give them the free time, then they just get so mad. Maybe this 3 hours is okay. But if I don't give it to them, they'll get mad. But if I do... You can have multiple shops, but the thing is that it requires you to still have multiple security levels. So like the same prisoners that work in this shop, they're going to work there the same time every day, and they only work there during the work times. If I do a full free time regime, then these guys who work here, they now have free time. They could buy things, except now there's nobody working because it's a free time slot. So when you do work free time, people who work here will work here, and the people who aren't working, they get to shop. But the people who are working never get to shop. Because as soon as they get free time, now there's nobody to work there, right? So the only way to do this is to have segregation, to where you have one shop, 2 doors, this is normal, this is max, and you have 2 shop fronts. And you can have maximum work here in a regime where normal security has free time, and then you can have normal work here when maximum security has free time. And then the shop works as it's intended. But that requires you to design the prison around that functionality, as well as to have multiple security levels in your prison, which I do not. Now, one way to do this, and I think people will probably be chiming in about this, so before you leave your comments, know that I know this is good. This definitely exists. I'm very familiar with how the game works, thanks. Is protective custody. Put protective custody to work in the store and have the other side be the prisoners that are trying to kill them. Yeah, that works too. You can have protective custody work in the store while that happens. And there would be one way to solve that problem. There's only one way I can do that with my current prison loadout. And that would be to open this up, lock this down, but open this up, turn this into a store, and let everyone who wants to shop while they're on free time come to that one store. So maybe we can work on that. We can make a whole wing. You know, we can turn this, I mean, I have to redesign how this works, but that's an option. I can have protective custody work in the store. It depends on the fact that there must be enough people in protective custody for that to work. And currently my prison has 2 prisoners in protective custody, 2. And they're not even doing their own laundry now. So I've got janitors taking care of their laundry now because there's not enough people to maintain it. You know what? Let's intake a few. I just need a little bit of cash. Just a little bit of on-hand cash would be nice. I don't want more prisoners, but I need a little bit of on-hand cash, and that's one good way to do it. 2, 1, good. Take this down to 1 again. Okay, a little bit of on-hand cash is nice. Just for the general repair expenses and stuff, and already Already, the 6 grand I just intaked, immediately, bam, like half of it's gone. Because now I had to plant trees. Like, it just planted all these trees using that money I just got from that intake. They spent half of the money on trees, damn it. But I want it. I have this huge forestry. I just need to cut down the trees and get them exported, so the workmen are working super hard on trees. That's what they're working on. Who can do them, basically. Happy days! Free time for everyone! Except I'm still immune. Thanks, Dirty Mick. Appreciate it, dude. I'm still immune, which means nobody's gonna be able to claim this now. Nobody will be able to claim this now for an hour. Nice, nice. So we're gonna have work, guys. We're gonna have work, guys. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have work. We're gonna have money, hopefully. Jesus, I just can't build up revenue. How are we doing on that? What's that one program where we look at prisoners and see close contact? Yeah, reschedule this. Let's get this going. Foundation education is expensive, but if we can get them learned, you know what I mean? Get these guys learned. This is so busy. I love how busy this is. I just wish they were more productive. More carpenters is really something we need. And we've got carpentry apprenticeship working. There's 5 more carpenter apprentices that are in training. If we can get them to pass that course, like the beds are really nice. Andrew Driver, doing good. 26% chance to reoffend. So he's not quite reformed enough to meet parole, and he's up for parole a little bit, but he's not quite reformed enough to meet that requirement. Because he keeps doing stuff. But he's a carpenter though, so he's making us some beds, which is nice. I think I need more workmen. This is going out really slow now. This additional forestry is taking up additional workman time. They cost me 170 per day, but I'm gonna have a couple more workmen to help out with exports. I think they could use a little extra set of hands. If we can load the trucks faster, it all ends up working out more efficiently. We can export more in a day. So let's do that. I kind of wish workmen could also work on this stuff. I understand why they can't, but I kind of wish they would do this too.
The good news is you're fired.
I thought chat reset ended all the other cooldowns. No. 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 I see your true intentions now. He shows his true intentions now. No, chat reset makes me, it resets all the commands. It nullifies all of the effects that are currently in place by chat. And then it makes me immune to all commands from chat for 5 minutes. Chat reset is the one command that helps me, not hurts me. There is no way to reset cooldowns, by the way. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Guess what? You were 20 seconds too quick on that one. Ha ha ha! 20 seconds too quick. I ain't gotta do shit. I ain't gotta do shit. 20 more seconds though, and you would have had me. But yeah, that's what it does. So it makes it to where all the effects that chat does are nullified as of right now. So like for instance, if I have to lock down for 2 in-game hours and you chat reset, doesn't matter if the 2 hours have passed, I don't have to lock them down anymore. Then it makes me immune for 5 minutes so that when people try to do things directly after the chat reset, I'm immune to them. I don't have to do them. The cooldown still exists, so intake is still on cooldown now. The points don't come back to you. It's just like you did it, but I don't have to do anything with it. That's how that works. And it's really nice. It's really nice. It's a very nice thing that somebody can do. Yeah. So if you wanted to be super helpful, if people were like wanting to get together being super helpful, you would just do chat reset and then you would just pummel out every command possible for 5 minutes. And then you'd reset all the cooldowns on everything. You'd put everything back on cooldown and I wouldn't have to do anything. That'd be one way to be really helpful. It doesn't reset cooldowns though. I have no way of resetting a cooldown. Minecraft forbids the workshop. Okay then. Well, workshop's forbidden. There you go. And the prison lockdown happens too. Lockdown. They're sleeping, so I don't care. But cool, I guess. Let's do... How do I do this again? I forget. Deployment. Minimum security. Access only. Staff can only leave. Staff can only leave. Prisoners can only leave. I won't say prisoners can only leave this way, because it doesn't make any sense. They're not coming from this way anyway. So, yep. The workshop is not in service for one whole day. Okay, then. And we have the lockdown, which is going to be in effect for another hour. Just hold it up. I mean, they're all sleeping anyway, so like I care. We can do a shakedown anyway. Anything that's accessible by a guard, they'll shake it down now. And then we'll get into the cells in a second. And lockdown's lifted. There we go. Off you go. Get that shakedown underway. Get that contraband. Get those weapons. Find me the tunnels. Find me all the things, boys. Let's go. Shakedown is almost over. We almost completed a shakedown? That's incredible. We never get to complete these things. Okay, let's go. We never get to complete them. We actually got through the whole prison today. That's because we have more staff. We have 153 guards now as opposed to having 112. So we actually managed to get that going. You gotta add more commands that help you. Coming from the guy that immediately comes in and does all of the bad things right away. Bam, bam, bam. I don't know what else I can do to help me. What other commands could I do to help me? The only other ways I could have people help me would be things that involve editing the save file. Which I can't do easily because as soon as I load the game, the game gives me things and I don't want it to. Look, they don't have any contraband. They're getting some people searched. Search them. Search them, boys. That's right. Search them. Take them away. Take them away. Get them out of here. 91% fed. Oh, what is this? What is this? Experiment with a number of cost-saving measures across facilities. Your prison is being included. What? You need to reduce the meal quality time variation policies in your prison to low? So we can see what effect this has on overall budgets. Are you kidding me right now? There's your max speed, by the way.